This is the final trial site? Oh, you fucking... God damn it. What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate?
Yoo-hoo!
This is the long-awaited last stage. The always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Well then, let's begin! The zit. God, I'm like so tired, but I'm like so awake at the same time. I can't really do anything. We didn't get any free time last time, so all of my skills are equipped. All rise.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not!
Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you?
Oh my
You're all out
God.
to get me!
What a cuck.
I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Really? Oh God, there's like, I have no context! What do you do? What is this?
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right!
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
Oh, they all got a picture where they're not
What
in
a
it,
coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
All three of them think everyone around them is their enemy. There's no doubt this is a trap Monokuma set. He set it up so we would suspect each other. And I have something that proves it!
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right!
right.
There was only one thing.
You're all out to get me. I have evidence.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This
I'm
doesn't
so
make any
nervous.
sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Fuck you!
No, that's wrong.
No! That's wrong! What if it's him?
It's not just you three.
I have evidence too!
What? You too?
The fuck?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah.
I like Aoi in her brown suit and skirt. She's looking really pretty.
Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
Oh wow, look at Sayaka. She's kind of cute, huh? Oh, look at Kyoko. She's kind of cute too, huh? I figured as much. In which case...
Hero, you have a picture too, right?
Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
This one too. It's just like I thought. Oh, look at Owie. She's eating donuts. Oh my god, just like she did the whole game. I love her. I fucking love her.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
God, what a fucking idiot.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusation?
The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is...
I got it!
I got it!
In each case, the only one not in the picture is
the person who received it.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
Oh, he's so cute eating those donuts. Everybody's so cute.
Except for Sakura.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Oh, I can look at that screen forever. Why did it only show it for a second?
Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Son of a bitch!
Figured it out, huh?
Sakura's beautiful too. I didn't say she wasn't beautiful, W Dog. I just said she wasn't looking cute at the time, alright? Didn't say she wasn't beautiful. W Dog. Jeez. Stop jumping to conclusions!
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure something's unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Bukakia's picture. Let's just actually take a look at it for a second. Yeah, okay. I think I'm getting it. Am I getting it? I think the thing in common between all these pictures is that none of us remember any of them, right? Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one, guys. Hina's picture. Hiro's picture. And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something. A group photo has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, They went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
Oh, that's right, Matt.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's
No way!
Yeah! I
don't remember ever taking a picture like that.
So it's gotta be a fake!
But you know,
Can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong.
I don't remember taking this picture either. But
Is that really enough to be
absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Hangman's Gambit! Amnesia.
Now I understand.
Junko's the chick with the pink hair. Gosher.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. Oh my god, 5 bullets! Monokuma control room, interview DVD. It's probably the DVD, right? Because they all said
got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
Or maybe
It's
it's
totally stupid. Obviously.
Huh. There must be more evidence than those pictures that we all lost our memories. Yeah, it has to be the DVD,
You're
right?
saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
I remember everything
That's happened.
I think that was the only option, Zaw. It was just the 5 bullets to choose
Those
from.
photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
This DVD.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's
Nothing like that. Maybe.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
Papilio, no. He's a cuck.
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else? Nobody remembers? You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
Bitch.
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
That's because he's a fuckboy, Papilio.
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that... Well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So... the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. It's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh god. Okay.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. the mastermind is probably a million miles away. 'Cause masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
I'm positive they're somewhere in this school. Otherwise, there's no way they could have controlled that machine.
Oh.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is that much I...
When you is the mastermind.
Of course, they have to be...
What makes you so...
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way that the mastermind is probably a million miles away.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's actually wrong.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Nah.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I fucking hate doing this. I'm sure I told you this already, but... this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here?
He's always been like that, Papilio. He's been like that since the beginning of the game. He's just like a fucking cocksucker. I mean, or sorry, he's just like a fuckboy. he just like thinks he's better than everybody all the time. That's why he always acts like that.
It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Ooh, rip.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh?
Huh?
But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been...
I got it!
I got it!
All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
No, she was, what was it, like, in her profile or whatever, it said that, she didn't have any, like, sign, like, scars or anything.
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm...
What the fuck?
not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me!
Damn. If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place?
I made an emote of that face, and it got denied because they thought it was. They thought the drool that was coming out of her mouth was inappropriate.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So when you think about it, obviously she got all those wounds in battle.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school.
Yo, he totally smashed.
In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Nice.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
Yeah, bro.
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else.
I got it!
I got it.
The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was...
Oops. Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No. There's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see her face. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker, it should be obvious.
That's one bullet, huh? Went from 5 to 1 bullet.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask.
I probably have to absorb
I'm
something.
telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot?
Oh shit, where is it? Was it here? I don't remember. I don't remember.
Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They also had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. I had evidence here that, like, that showed the tattoo. But what the hell? Like, where is it? So this is what, like, led us into the... It's what led us into the lockers. Locker notebook, biolab secret. Should be purpose, biolab lights, group photo. Fuck, I think I have to guess. Okay, so she was lying on the ground, she was face up, and it was the hand closest to the entrance, right? So because she was facing up, so it would be her right hand, right? The tarp dropped down in the garden and played a part in. Yeah, it's not on here either.
Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
Her most notable feature, the tattoo that marked her membership in Fenrir. The tattoo was in a certain easy-to-spot area.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
I guess that was it.
No, it's wrong.
Why the evidence
had a
not
tattoo
there?
on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her.
Rip.
But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything, Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. Ugh! It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
Oh, damn, I thought she was gonna,
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
Well, that explains why her
My
gloves are on all the
scars
time.
should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary,
Jesus,
we don't know anything other than that.
I think I know what happened, Gosher. I mean, it makes sense. I'll give you this clue. So there were 16 students total, right? And so how many people are here? There's there's Hiro, myself, Kyoko, Toko, Hina, and Bukaki-san, or Bukakia, or whatever, right? So that's 6 students, okay? That's 6 students. So 6 students, right? And I will say that out of the 16 students, there were, fuck, how many, I'm just gonna play it out.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about.
I lost my train of thought. But I realized it when we were in the bio lab.
I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
But I think I know what's going on.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right?
Yeah.
Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Yep, that's it, Zoff.
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed.
Because there
Just like your brain.
because there were only so many of the in the morgue, there were only so many of the freezers that were full.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored. But the pool!
I got it!
I got it!
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body, and it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
I think it would make more sense. I don't know if you saw the very beginning of the game, but I think it would make more sense if you if you had seen the beginning of the game.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. There's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden.
I got it!
I got
What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about...
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
She's talking about the lights. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Zoff. Because you started out with 15, there's 16. Without, so there should be, there should be 10 bodies. There should be 10 lights that are on, right? But there were only 9 lights. Only 9 of the lights were on that said that there was a body inside the in the freezer. So there's an extra person that's still alive, right?
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
Oh, he's gonna be a cuck, huh? Oh shit.
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
Oh my god.
What?
Excuse me.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Damn, is that my mom?
So what do you think?
I mean...
Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Oh my god, this fucking bear.
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. What? Oh, fuck. This is the worst.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Fucking asshole.
I'm not listening!
What?
This should prove it.
This should prove it.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is...
The lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
The bear is just a robot Papilio?
In other words,
that's why
if
he's
the blue
pretending
light
he
is
doesn't
on,
like him.
That means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
God. 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that it should be on.
I got it!
I got it.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. The key to solving this mystery... Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth. Then Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was eighth. Sakura was ninth. And victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, Then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Oh my god.
The reason there are less bodies than murders. The explanation for more murders and victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense?
I got it!
I got it.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
I know.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
I found out even before that.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
This is an absorb one.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Fuck!
Chihiro Fujisa, Mando, Kiyotaki Fumiya, Celestia Lu, or maybe...
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
It was Junko.
Mukuro died from the wound she had all over her body. Wasn't there someone else who suffered that same sort of injury?
Who is this someone else that was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwachi Hiro Fuji's Mando.
Oh, look at this
Owada.
sneaky shit. He puts the purple shit on top.
Ishimaru, Hifumi Yamada, Celestia Lu, whatever. Or maybe Sakura Ogami. No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Bitch!
No, that's wrong.
I found out when they were saying they were the same person,
Junko.
and he mentioned their height. So I looked up the report cards and I looked up how tall everybody was, and they were the only two that matched the same height.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
Oh my god.
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But...
Or she doesn't have the tattoo on her hand. That's the other way around.
no, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive.
Yep. It's the profile.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
That's a contradiction right there.
For that to be true, then that could have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible?
No.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That the body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
I guess you're right.
Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
So there's no question it's her.
Someone go lick it to see if it's real? Well, that's what I was going off of, right? But they're, so the profile of the two, so Junko and, because I looked through it and it was like, I wanted to see what was the closest thing, and it was like all of the measurements were the closest to Junko's.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
I don't know. But that's I mean that's my thought process was the tattoo.
Someone actually made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be.
Wait, really?
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. Remember? I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in the movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check, absolutely. And I can say for sure...
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive...
It must be wrong.
No, they like...
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I don't know, she was dressed up as her.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Yeah!
Oh? You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No! Of course not! There's no—
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her, she was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but I thought that's what we just figured out. Maybe she used some sort of trick. What, so I gotta do a fucking minigame? Come on!
Okay, whatever. It's replaced. Holy shit.
Now I understand!
Now I understand.
That's it! What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right! Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place! Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba!
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but...
Oh my god.
That had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
You know what I do remember at the beginning is that when we, I don't know if there's anything to do with it, but he did make a comment. I don't know if you were watching Zoff or Gosher, but at the very beginning, he made a comment, or my character makes a comment to Junko, and he says, "Well, you look a lot different than you do in the magazines." And then she said, it's all photoshopped, right? So, that was probably some kind of like just like right off the bat, right? If you think about it, it's just like another thing, right? This is interesting. I wonder if they're gonna bring that up.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched.
I got it!
I got it!
The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, Then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko.
I don't know. That's the.
And we never would have known the difference.
I don't know, Gosher. That's the big I don't. That's the thing I don't understand.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Rip.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup in the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it. But he can try to deceive us all he wants, it doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. 2 days ago, he tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. The DVD.
I got it!
I got it!
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service! What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when does it matter? Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up!
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover it up on other piece of evidence. I gotta reveal that.
It was the photos, right?
Oh, god damn it.
The worst fucking minigame.
What do you want? What do you want? Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? That's impossible!
Oh shit. Shit. This one.
Gosh, let me shoot it! Fuck you! No! God damn it!
What do you want?
God fucking stupid. $Osu.
That's impossible!
This should prove it.
This should prove it! I keep forgetting that you get extra
The
bullets
video
at that
wasn't
end.
the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Dollar Tree Osu?
Oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures.
Yep.
I got it!
I got it.
Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
I think that would be better, Gosher. And you like build a picture or some shit.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is
Got
true.
him.
Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
Dummy dog.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
Piece of shit!
Son of a bitch! Okay. Okay. So we all see each other. Hey guys. Right? Oh wait, this is like the same thing. Oh wait. I think these are flipped. Because she didn't... Or... Son of a bitch. Can't like really tell. Okay, so how does it read? How do these read normally? Is it like okay? Maybe 'cause I think it goes. I think. She yells, so she sees him, he yells at him, right, or here, okay, so it goes this way. He's about to kill me, and she yells at him, and then I think this is him running, or her running. Okay. So this, swap the mask. We find the body. She tries to pull the mask off. The bomb blows up. Body's fucked up. Okay. I still can't get over this photo. Oh my god! Stop that. I had to like step. So when we saw that photo, I had to step away from the game. Like I had to step away. It was so messed up.
The killer is
got it.
You. We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Killer's Gosher?
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind? Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue. Until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Oh shit.